So yesterday we talked about the no money mindset. We talked about 5 areas of broken pieces in your mind that you got to fix that are blocking your cash flow. And so today I want to pick up from kind of that theme, and I want to talk about the no money business. And so today I'm going to share with you 5 things that you are very possibly doing wrong in your business that are blocking your business cash flow. And the reason why I'm having this conversation this week is because I just have such a firm belief in you all. I believe in what you're doing. I know that your giftings are valid. Your services are amazing. There's people in the world that need you. Somebody give me an amen if you agree with this. You guys, you have a sea of people out there that need you right now today. There is a specific group of people right now in this world that need exactly what you do. The problem that you have currently is that they don't know who you are. They don't know what you can do for them. But they're out there. They're available for you. And one of the things that I've always just kind of wondered is, I think about, myself as a coach, myself as a consultant. I have so many clients and people that I'm connected to that are coaches and consultants and trainers and, healers. And, there's so many different things that we all do as a service industry, as what I would call a transformation industry. We provide one of the most valuable services on the planet. Like we help people create transformation in their life, meaningful change in their life to accomplish something that they're trying to accomplish. So why the heck are so many transformational coaches struggling financially, making less than 10 grand a year, 20 grand a year? It's crazy to me. And the reason why is because there's some very specific things that you're probably doing wrong that are keeping you stuck at that plateau. So I might be talking to some of you this morning that you don't have any clients and you're not making any money in your business, and you're trying to figure out why the heck that is. Some of y'all are making some money and getting some clients, but you're struggling to get past $1,000 a month or even $2,000 a month. And you might be thinking, well, $2,000 a month is pretty good. I'm generating decent revenue. That's 24 grand a year gross. You can't live on 24 grand a year. Like, I want to get you to 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year. What's it going to take to get you there? And that might seem overwhelming, but even if you're only making 10 grand a year, what is it going to take to get you to like 60 or 70 and actually generating a real full-time income? Because I know the thing is, I know about a lot of you is that you're working full-time in your business. You're trying very, very hard to grow and build this business, but you're not generating yet a full-time income. Why? Why is that? I believe I know why. So 5 reasons why we're going to talk about this morning. Let's get you some more, Sherry Capella. All right. Cheers to that, y'all. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee real quick. 5 things that are very possibly blocking your business cash flow. All right. Number one is I got a pop-up on my screen. Get off my screen. You're not allowed on my screen while I'm streaming. Get out of here. All right. Here we go. Sorry about that. Distraction. Number 1 is you are selling coaching, not results. You're selling coaching, not results. I want you to get this. People who I'm talking people who as in like prospects or your particular audience. People who have not experienced coaching or healing services or consulting services, they don't really understand them, right? So when you try to convince someone that they need coaching, you've got to make 3 sales, not just 1, right? You gotta first of all, you gotta convince them that coaching is valuable. Secondly, is you gotta convince them that your service will solve whatever problem that they have. And then the third thing is you gotta convince them that you're the best person for the job, right? 3 things. So every single time you are working to close a sale with someone, you gotta convince them that, first of all, coaching works and it's valuable. Second is it will solve whatever problem they're trying to solve. And then third is you are the best coach for them. That's a lot of selling, right? So most transformational entrepreneurs aren't comfortable with sales in general, and they end up not getting many clients that way because they struggle to go through all those different pieces. So the thing about this, y'all, this number 1 is the best way to really show a potential audience that you are those 3 things: that coaching is valuable, it will solve whatever problem that you say you can solve, and then you are the best person for the job, is to have a premium offer, a packaged premium offer that highlights a result. people are much more interested in, because people like to spend money. I think the thing is, people like to actually spend money on the things that they want, right? Most people do. So when people are buying something, especially something that's going to cost a good bit of money, they're buying it because it solves a problem for them. I go out and get a new car because I need one that's going to be reliable, or I need one that's bigger, or I need one that fuels my desire to have something new. Whatever that is, there's a reason, right? So when you are selling yourself, if someone connects to you or reaches out to you, and the only offer that you have, good morning, Celia. It's nice to see you, my friend. Good morning, Renee. It's nice to see you as well. When people connect to you, if the only option that they have to get started with you or work with you is sign up for 6 coaching sessions or register for a free discovery call to determine if coaching is the right step for you, if that's the only thing that they can see, they're not getting an accurate picture of exactly what it is that you could actually do for them. But on the flip side of that, if you have if someone goes to your website and clicks on work with Justin or work with whoever, and it takes them to a work with me page, and that page completely summarizes your specialty, what you do, how you do it, asks them some pertinent questions, gives them some key information, and shows them step by step by step, if you work with me, this is what we will work on, and this is exactly what we will accomplish, and this costs this much. And I'll say this, the price at the bottom that says this costs this much is probably a way higher number than you would get if you just simply said, I could start with 3 coaching sessions for you for, $75 a session or $100 a session. And they're like, okay, so you make $100 an hour or, $75 an hour, but what's going to happen in those coaching sessions? What am I spending $300 on if I have 3 coaching sessions with you? There has to be a result associated. So number one problem you might have is that you are simply selling coaching and you're not selling results. Results will not only get you more clients, but they will get you more premium clients and a much higher fee. All right. The second thing, number 2, good morning, Tasha. Thanks for coming in, buddy. The second thing is that you are selling by the hour or by the month rather than a premium fee or a packaged service. All right. It's pretty common, honestly, as a coach or as a transformational business to sell coaching by the month. I think that's fairly common, or sometimes by the session. So for example, a lot of coaches that first start out will often sell by the session. But the thing is, both of those methods continue to keep you in a cycle of poverty, because it's nearly impossible for a potential client to evaluate what a month of coaching is worth, especially if they've never experienced a coach before. Because the thing is, y'all got to be honest about yourself. People that have never hired a coach before, that have never experienced coaching before or consulting or anything like that, if they've never worked with someone, a person one-on-one for accomplishing something in their life, they can't visualize what that looks like. And they can't visualize the value, more importantly, what that's worth, right? So your potential client will evaluate your service or your monthly session or your monthly fee or your individual coaching session. They will evaluate that based upon other expenses in their life that they have monthly, like a car payment, for example. So if your service costs more per month than their car payment, on average $300 to $400 a month for an average car, then you'll be seen as expensive. But honestly, $300 to $400 a month is peanuts for coaching services, right? But if you don't have if you're selling coaching and not results, and then you're selling by the hour or by the month rather than a premium program that makes a very clear result evident, you're going to struggle to get past that plateau of simply $1,000 or $2,000 a month, because people will automatically associate you with the bills that they have in their life, and you don't want to be associated with that. Also, since the client often can't see their own upcoming breakthroughs, they tend to leave after only a few sessions or after only a few months, even though there's more work and more breakthrough in store for them. So again, going back to having a packaged premium program, this is your signature program. I believe this, write this down, take this note if you haven't already done so. Every transformational service, every transformational entrepreneur has got to have a premium program, a signature program. This is your specialty, this is your baby. And then that thing is not tied to how many sessions you get. It's not tied to how many hours you're going to spend. It's tied to the service that you offer and the transformation that you provide. And it outlines exactly what you are very best at delivering. That is your signature program, your premium offer. And then you offer that in a single lump sum investment as a premium investment, or people can break that investment down into payments. I don't charge monthly for coaching or for my service. I charge a premium fee for my service. If you can't afford to pay my premium fee in one chunk, then I give you the option to make payments to pay it off. Side note, if you make payments on my service, you pay more than if you were to pay in lump sum. Like anything else in the world, if you make payments, you pay more. There's interest, right? So if I have a program that's $3,000, right? So maybe I sell a program. If I sell a program for $3,000, and that's one of my signature programs, is $3,000. If you're like, all right, Justin, let's say it's a 6-month program for $3,000. You're like, okay, but I can't afford to put down $3,000. What options do I have? You can do 6 payments of $600 a month if you'd like, if that would make it easier for you. Yep, that would definitely make it easier for you. If you do the math, if you make 6 payments of $600 a month, you pay $3,600 by the end of that 6 months. So if you want to pay $3,600, you can. If you pay lump sum, you basically pay it for 5 months and get 1 month free. So that's just an example. And I had a question. I want to see the question that I had here. Sherry says, but some are good as monthly. Please rephrase that for me, Sherry. I'm not sure what you're asking there. Kim says they don't do hourly coaching anymore. Don't do hourly coaching. Don't do hourly coaching. You offer your service, because the thing is as soon as you communicate that you charge by the hour, or that you charge by, even if you say by the session, and people say, how long is the session? It's a 60-minute session. They're automatically associating with you, all right, this is what an hour with you costs. If you present your service in that way, we automatically associate what we feel is reasonable for an hour of time. Yes, I see it, Sherry. So Sherry's program is monthly, but her coaching is lump sum. That's perfect, Sherry. Absolutely. I love that. Thank you. So I want to make sure that I'm just covering everything on this point. It seems like there was something else I was going to tell you. Oh, let me just say this. All right, so obviously when you work with me, there's one-on-ones built in, right? We're going to have one-on-one time. But there's more that happens within my program. So my program is a lump sum package deal. This is what you're paying for. When I communicate my programs, I don't communicate like how many one-on-ones we're going to have, how many hours are going to be involved, because it's not about that. And honestly, every client's different. Some clients, it clicks, they roll, and we're done in a shorter amount of time. Other people take more time. That's okay. I work with you at your pace. But I don't outline how many hours of work there's going to be, how many hours of design time, how many coaching calls there's going to be. Because if I give you specifics on hours and time and Zooms, then you're doing math to figure out how many sessions how many hours are actually going to go into this versus how much does this cost, and he's making that much per hour. No. This is the service that I provide. And I'll tell you, when I first started out, my services were low because I had to build rapport and I had to build respect in the industry, and I had to get some testimonials and actually prove my methods. But then as I start proving my methods and I start getting testimonials and people start seeing how good I actually am at what I do, then my service starts going up. And I'll tell you this, y'all. I see all you talented people in here, all you amazing people in here. Your service... first of all, everyone needs a signature program, but your signature program, the price of your signature program should be going up every year, minimum every year. Everybody put every year in the chat stream. Just really want you to wake up and get this today. All right. Every year. Let me ask you this. Does the cost of living stay the same every year? I mean, does the world revolve at the same cost plateau no, everything goes up. And the thing is not only does the world go up, But every time you serve someone, good morning, Lynn. Good afternoon, Lynn. Every time you service a client, every time you complete a project, every time you get a testimonial, every single coaching call you do, every single job you complete, every time you do what you do, you are better than you were yesterday. You are better today than you were last year. Do you agree with that? How many of y'all put agree in the chat stream? Like, are you better today than you were last year? I am. Oh my gosh. Like, the guy that's coaching you today is heck of a lot better than the guy that was coaching you 2 years ago and 5 years ago. So as you get better, your service becomes more and more and more and more valuable. Sylvia, what's up? I see you in here too. Sylvia says the more we serve people, the more value become based on knowing more and being better than I was last year. Absolutely. I saw a question. Kim says, so when the results haven't been proven, it's best to keep the price low at first. I wouldn't say low. I would say reasonable, right? So if, like when I first started, I didn't have any clients. I didn't have any reports, so my service was low. My price was reasonable for what I was doing. But I'll tell you this, I started out too low. And what happens is, this is why I say there's a difference between low and reasonable. I started out too low, and I know a lot of people who have done this the same as well. They didn't really know what to start with. I didn't have a coach coaching me on pricing at the time. So I just started with what I thought would work, and I thought what I could sell. And I started out way too low, and what happened was, because my price was too low, a lot of people opted in on it, and I got a lot of people coming in, and the revenue was nice at first, but then I realized that I was out of time, and I was selling my services for pennies, and I was working for people for weeks and for months doing their jobs, and I had a full schedule, and then I got stuck. And I got stuck because I needed more money. I needed to generate more revenue in my business, but I didn't have any more time. I was trading my time for money. I was basically selling by the hour. No. I mean, and I've said this before, I'll say this again. How do you know if it's time to raise your prices? How do you know if it's time to raise your prices? This is how you know it's time to raise your prices. If you work with someone and you deliver your service, and at the end of that service period, you're done, and you're like, man, that was a lot of work, and I only made that much. Like, if you have feelings about the money that you made after you just completed a job, because I would get done with at the end of these projects, I'd be like, I can't believe they only paid me $500. That was so much work for $500. That's how you know that you need to raise your prices. But if you get to the point where you deliver your service and you get to the end of the job or the end of the project and the work is completed, and you're like, that was a lot of work, but I had this much increase, that was worth it. That was worth it. Then you're in a good place. If you're, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer as to what your fee needs to be. There really isn't. There's no right or wrong answer. It's all a matter of what you're comfortable with. But I'll tell you this, most people are too low. I mean, if you get to the end of your job or the end of your month or the end of your quarter and you're like, man, I only made that much, I did all that work for all those people, then there is a price problem in your world, and you've got to fix that. All right? So that's number two. Number two was you're selling by the hour or the month rather than with a premium fee or a signature program. Okay? Number three is you are uncomfortable with marketing and sales. We're talking about 5 things that are very possible that you are very likely doing wrong that are blocking your business cash flow. The third one is that you're uncomfortable with marketing and sales. Let's face it, many startup entrepreneurs don't have a firm grasp on marketing, and particularly don't understand marketing for transformational services. The problem is it's kind of the curse of knowledge, right? Your knowledge of your work is so vast, it's easy to assume that others can see and understand what you do, but that's not always the case. No matter what you're doing, we oftentimes are so comfortable with our own service and our own process and our own program and our own business that we assume others can understand that as well. And so with that knowledge gap between you and your potential clients, it can feel like you're not communicating when you're trying to get out there and communicate what you're doing to people because you're not sure why they don't get it. Right? And you know, I know most of us don't like sales because we don't like feeling pushy. I mean, who really does like feeling salesy or pushy, really? Right? You want to back off, but the thing is, you have this desire to not, I don't want to be salesy, Justin. I don't want to have to convince people. They don't seem to get what I do, and I don't want to feel like I have to convince them because I don't want to be salesy or pushy. So you get this desire and you get this feeling that you want to back off, but what you really need to do is push forward. Like you want to take the advocate approach and encourage the transformation that you know you can provide for that potential client. And I'm going to tell you, it's easier to do this when you have a signature system or a signature program, which is an outlined program of what you offer. That it's a necessity. You have to have something that, this is what I'll tell you. I want to get this to you as easy as possible. This is why I believe websites are so important, because I used to try to explain my value live. Those guys have been with me for a long time. I used to close on every video, right? So I would share content with you. I would attract all the right people into the video, and then at the end of the video, I would have a call to action or an offer at the end of every single video. And I would literally take like 30 seconds, and I would try, keyword try, I would try to communicate to you something that I was offering, and I would try to communicate the value of it in a short window of time. And frankly, that's just impossible. Because what I did have is I did have a signature program. What I did not have at the time was a great way to market it and highlight it. So this is where having a website and having a specific landing page on your website devoted to your signature program, so that you can, if I get to the end of my live, I'd be like, listen, y'all, if this resonated with you today and you're trying to figure out how to X, Y, and Z, I'd love for you to go to my website. If you click on work with me, that's going to outline exactly what I do and how I do it. I just challenge you to take 2 minutes of your time today and just go take a look at it and just see if that's something that resonates with you. I would love to help you. I know I can serve you, and I can't wait to see who connects with me. Have a great day. See you later. And you let your website do the work for you. That's what I'm saying. This is number 3. You're uncomfortable with marketing and sales. The problem is not that you're uncomfortable with marketing and sales. The problem is that you don't have technology or systems in place to give you some leverage. All right. So this case, we've already talked about the need for a signature program and the need for a singular offer that is your primary offer. And let me make a point here as well. When you outline a signature program, and that is your baby, that is your one, right? It doesn't mean it's the only thing that you can sell. Okay? I have a signature coaching program that's business development. If you are trying to build a business, I have a signature offer, signature program where you can work with me to completely scale and build your business, right? That's my signature program. But I also have an inner circle. That also is a signature program for me. I have mastermind retreats that I do every single year. That also is a signature program for me. These are all different singular things, right? So if you create a signature program that's like your premium program, it doesn't mean it's the only thing that you can sell. It just means it's the primary thing that you offer. It highlights the very best of what you do. And for me, that is my signature branding and website development package. It helps you develop your business from scratch and teaches you how to use the systems to go out and create and run a sustainable business. Doesn't mean that you're stuck with just that. Doesn't mean you can't come up with new things. It just means you have to have a place that lets people see what you do. So if you're struggling, if this number 3 is really for you, this uncomfortableness that you have with marketing and sales, the best tip that I can give you for that is you've got to have a place where people can go and learn about your signature program. So then when you do go out to marketing and sales, you don't have to actually sell anything. Like I don't sell stuff for a living. I serve people for a living. Every day I come out here and I do a live video and I serve you. I share free content. We talked earlier this week about a great freemium strategy. I come out here and I give free information for you, free training for you, free guidance for you in exchange for your time and attention and your connection. And so I give you this free information. And I'm like, guys, listen, if you're interested in working with me, it would be my pleasure to serve. Go to my website, justincapronpro.com. I have a variety of ways that you can work with me there. I'd love for you to check that out, see what resonates with you, and I can't wait to hear from you. Later. See you later. And I leave. I'm out. I'm not trying to sell nothing on here. I'm serving you. I serve you for a living. All right? So that's number 3. You're uncomfortable with marketing and sales. You're probably uncomfortable with marketing and sales because you don't have tools in place to support you. And so you're feeling like you're always having to communicate what you're selling through social, and no one likes doing that, and no one likes being on the receiving end of that as well. Number 4, we got 2 more for you. We're talking about 5 things that are blocking your cash flow. Number 4 is you have an uninspiring brand. Let me be a little more direct. You have a boring brand. You have a boring brand. Listen. And not everybody has a boring brand, but I'm saying you might have a boring brand. Most service-based entrepreneurs believe their work will sell itself if they're good enough. Let me give you an example. I heard a story recently of a study. I was reading this in Entrepreneur Magazine or something. I don't remember where I was reading this, but it was a study that was conducted in which participants were split into 2 groups, and they were asked how much they thought a pair of gold earrings cost. And both of the groups were given the exact same set of earrings. And they were separated in 2 groups, and this group was given the same set of earrings, and that group was given the same set of earrings. And then the only difference between the 2 groups is this group was told that the earrings were purchased at Target, a discount store in the US. The other group was told that the earrings were from Tiffany's, which is a world-renowned jeweler in New York City. So that's the only difference. They were the exact same earrings. This group thought they were from Target. This group thought they were from Tiffany's. The difference between what the groups thought the earrings were worth was 10 times different. The group from Tiffany, and neither group was talking to each other, so they didn't know what the other one said. But the group that thought the earrings were from Tiffany's gave them 10 times the value than the group that thought the earrings were from Target. That's the power of a brand. You guys have probably also seen, there's a meme that's gone around for forever, and it's 2 coffee cups, right? It's 2 white coffee cups, and 1 white coffee cup is plain, like from a gas station, and it says like cup of coffee, 67 cents. And then there's a exact same cup with a Starbucks logo on it, and it says cup of coffee $5 or something. And that's the power of a brand, right? If you have a brand, listen to me, if you have a brand that is uninspiring, if it looks low rent, you will not be able to charge what you and your work deserve. This is a matter of perception. This is why branding is so important. I try to have these conversations with so many people about the topic of branding, because branding is so misunderstood. People think branding is all just about colors and logo and having a good website. It's so much deeper than that. Branding is about the feeling that your business creates. Branding is about the perception that your messaging establishes in the frame of your audience's mind. If people view you as a first-class professional with a high-value service, they will pay you like one. But if people view you, listen to me, because I'm going to read somebody's mail this morning. If people view you as a do-it-yourselfer who does everything yourself, that is not willing to make an investment in yourself, they view you as someone who's just barely making it, stringing along, trying to survive the journey of building your own business. If that is their perception of you, that is how they will pay you or not pay you at all. Perception is everything. Branding, it helps you establish that perception. I remember a client that I helped a couple years ago. They reached out to me and they said, Justin, I really want to become a paid speaker. I'm working on writing my first book, and I really want to be able to get on stage and present myself. And I know that having branding done is going to be necessary for that. And so I want to see if I can get some help just positioning myself to be a paid speaker. And we talked through the different processes and stuff. And I said, yeah, absolutely. And I said, just be ready, because this is going to put you in a different light than you're probably used to being in. And you have to accept that. You have to be believable, like we talked about yesterday. And they said, I'm ready for that. I said, okay. And so I worked on all their stuff. I built them their brand as a speaker. We highlighted their book, got it out there. And we got everything all done. And as I do, I overhaul everything all at once to come out with that wow, that first impression. And we put it out there, and I send it to them. And we get on Zoom to look over everything that we had done. And we get on Zoom, and she starts crying. And I'm like, What's up? I'm like, are you all right? And she's like, I just got so overwhelmed. I'm like, what's overwhelming? This is everything that you wanted. She's like, I'm overwhelmed because you just made me. You just created the vision for me that I've had for a very long time. But now I realize I have to be that person, and it's tremendously overwhelming. And we talked through that, but that's real. Your business, your brand should challenge you to become someone you've never been. There's a certain, you got to be a certain kind of person to make 5 figures a month. You got to be a certain kind of person to make 6 figures a year, y'all. Listen, some of y'all are coming into this video today because you saw the title, and the title said 5 things I'm doing wrong to block my cash flow. Yeah, there's some things that I can teach you that you're probably doing wrong, but there's a person inside of you that has to come alive to attract that kind of revenue. And the thing is every single one of you are capable of it. 100%. Absolutely, one of you, every single one of you are capable of attracting premium clients and collecting premium fees. Every single one of you are 100% capable to generate 5 figures a month, 6 figures a year without fail, without even having to struggle to do it. But the problem is a variety of the things that I'm talking about today. You don't have a signature offer. You don't have systems in place. You have a brand that doesn't portray you as a first-class professional worthy of a premium fee. And then aside from that, you got belief system issues. Some of y'all don't believe that people will pay that kind of money for you. Bull crap. You would be shocked to see what people would and would not be willing to pay for. Do you realize the coaching industry alone is the fastest growing industry 4 years running and expected again to be the fastest growing industry again this year? It's like a $50 billion industry annually. That's $50 billion, billion with a B, that people pay for coaching services and transformation services, courses, one-on-one coaching, books, academies, conferences. I mean, that $50 billion. Don't tell me that there's not a slice of that pie ready to land on your plate. Because I believe this, y'all, the only thing that is in your way is you. You are the only thing in your way. All right? That's number 4. You have a boring brand. Or, put more nicely, you have an uninspiring brand. Okay? Number 5. Let's get out of here. All right, last one, I'm going to get you out of here. Number 5 is you experience money confusion about helping versus being a business owner. Pricing and charging, while there are strategic ways to talk about them, still remain big emotional issues for most transformational entrepreneurs. The thing is I know for most of us, you wouldn't have gone into business unless you wanted to help them transform their lives, right? You have a desire. Like, don't you? How many of y'all, put me in the chat stream, like, how many of y'all have a desire, a true desire to really help people? I do. I love what I do. I love it. Man, I'm so thankful for the business that I have and for the career that I have and for the service that I provide. I love it. I love serving people. The problem is, people are like, Justin, I love what I do. So how can I feel good about charging them, especially charging them thousands of dollars premium fees when what I really just want to do is I just really want to help them. I get that. I get that. People feel guilty. You might feel guilty charging more than what you're currently charging because you feel like that's a reasonable price. And I don't want to put people in significant debt while they're trying to accomplish this thing in their life. You have money confusion about helping. I mean, are you a nonprofit? Do you have a 501c3? Or are you a business owner that wants to create a life for your family and for your business? Some of y'all want to retire your spouse and have them be home so you can provide so much increase for your family that your husband or your wife doesn't have to work anymore, and then she can send your kids to college. Like, This is your gift. God gave it to you. He has a plan to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope in the future. He didn't give you that gift for you to live in poverty, for Pete's sake. All right? One way to look at it is this, y'all. The client's investment in the process of your system or your service creates a commitment to take action. Since transformation does not work without a commitment to take action, a commitment on the part of the client, charging a premium fee is one way to create that commitment. It's been proven over and over and over and over again that coaching people for free does not achieve the results that you or the client result. I'm gonna say that again. Coaching people for free does not achieve the result that you want or that the client wants. All right? Write this down if you're taking notes. When people pay, they pay attention. Coaching people for peanuts doesn't work either. Your service is valuable. Your business is valuable. You are equipped. You are qualified. You are capable. You are needed. You have an ability. You have a talent. You have expertise. You have knowledge that the world needs and that is absolutely worthy of hire. And it's worthy of a premium hire if you would give people the opportunity to see that and invest in that. All right? You experience money confusion about helping people versus being a premium business owner. That's your number 5. I love y'all. You're amazing. I appreciate you. I believe in you. You guys are so capable, so qualified of going out and doing more, accomplishing more, acquiring more, impacting more. I just want to see you step into that, all right? So that's what I got for you today. 5 things you are possibly doing wrong that are blocking your business cash flow. If you're like, Justin, man, I need to figure out this premium thing, reach out to me. You can go to my website, justincapandpro.com. You can look at all the things that I do. But if you're simply just like, you know what, Justin, I've got a lot of things right, but I don't have a signature offer. I don't even know where to start with that. This is what I specialize in, y'all. I help people with that to help you figure out what your signature program is. If you need that help, I am right here. The only thing in your way is you. All you got to do is reach out to me, and there's a bazillion ways you can do that. You can go to my website. You can message me through Facebook. You can call one of these amazing people in here and be like, how do I get Justin's phone number? And they'll probably give it to you. Whatever that is, I challenge you to reach out to me and let me help you, all right? Y'all are amazing. Have a spectacular Thursday. I so appreciate your time and attention. Now 41 minutes of your time is so valuable, so I appreciate you spending your time with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Be intentional, y'all, all right? Be intentional with your time. Be intentional with your talent. Be intentional with that gifting that God has given you. And I will see you guys all around the web, right? Take care. God bless y'all. I'll see y'all later.